Today, I'm in the mood for some classic Mario Kart. But I'm not joking around with all of that SNES Mini garbage. I'm talking legit, dusting off the old console for some old school fun. They just don't make them like they used to, because nightmares like this can't be brought with drugs or alcohol. Cartridge corruptions are always a sight to behold. Everything from a fresh new paint job, broken sprites, and... Look, I don't know what this is, but it looks good. Huge improvement. I will admit though, for as much enjoyment as I get from seeing the Mario Brothers running around with their own severed heads and the princess turning into a 1-up, the hilarity factor wears off incredibly quick for me. Like, dude, cut it out. I'm just trying to play a game here. 1 minute everything is fine, and then glitch. Look at it. It's ruined. Watch out, Link! The Great Flood is consuming the land of Hyrule, and only you can stop it. Okay then, don't save the day, you lazy little shit. No matter what the problem is, you take the game out and put it back in, jiggle it all around. We all know that classic trick where you blow into the cartridge. Something about the perfect volume of spit just makes that thing work like magic. They say you're not supposed to do it, but if that's the case, why is it the only thing that ever fixes the problem? Another solution is to use various cleaning items in moderation, or even a pencil eraser can help to clean up those contact points, but even then, you're lucky to make it 5 minutes in before it all comes crumbling down again. It's so frustrating when this happens because you're under serious fire and the game just decides nope and transforms from a difficult challenge into something catastrophically impossible. Well, I don't care, you cheating bastard. You can't let the game bully you around like that, so you struggle forward, using your keen gamer instincts, muscle memory and photographic mind to keep playing until, hey, it's back to normal. The game was like, damn, this guy isn't messing around, and there is nothing more satisfying than overcoming a disastrous glitch to go on and beat the game. I've seen many games throw glitch-filled tantrums throughout the years. Perhaps the game cartridge was dirty or the disc was scratched, maybe it failed to update, or in some cases, perhaps I accidentally did something wrong that the game just couldn't deal with. Or, in many cases, the game is just dumpster fire trash that should be wiped from the face of this earth. And in all of my years playing games, I've managed to capture a lot of these crazy moments and save the precious memories. So today, I thought it'd be fun to take you on a wild ride through Square Eye Jack's history of glitches to see the best of the best broken moments. Welcome to Monsterland. Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just try and move forward here. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't really help. Man, this is a fun game. Glitches don't end at cartridge corruptions, of course not. While I'm totally out of my depth with this era of gaming, I've still witnessed some interesting things in my time. What you're looking at here is the oldest dated game capture I have archived, and it shows a session of the original Mario Kart from many years ago with a bizarre visual disturbance. While facing certain directions on the track, it's almost like the Mode 7 breaks down and warps the map view across the entire screen, making it incredibly difficult to navigate. Now, this is just more of what we've already seen at this point, but I wanted to start this adventure at the earliest date that I managed to capture a glitch red-handed. Personally, I'm a big fan of those little non-disruptive glitches that don't interfere with the experience too much. I mean, they're funny, we get a laugh, and we move on with our day. These are much harder to catch in the act, but they're also the most common. Pedestrians getting stuck or floating about the place, and other characters just behaving in odd ways. And I mean, nothing beats a good T-pose. Have you ever been killed simply by touching a friendly character? Yeah, that's always fun. And even when the glitches do interrupt your gameplay, some of the simpler effects are always some of the best in my opinion. I remember one time recklessly charging through Crash Bandicoot 2 when this happened. Somehow I managed to get him stuck underneath, or possibly even inside of this platform. Please, fucking help me! And that was it. No getting out of this situation. The Crash Bandicoot series is no stranger to glitches. In power copies of Crash Team Racing, pressing triangle to bypass the language selection screen breaks all of the text within the game, as well as replaces all of the heads of the bosses we encounter in adventure mode. Man, that's so bizarre. I love it. But I've had some of my most memorable moments with the newer, modern titles. Nothing too dramatic in the grand scheme of things, but the CTR remake, Nitro Fueled, definitely stands out. Online gameplay is always a minefield for these types of things, but this game was particularly noteworthy for its monstrosities, causing characters to morph into weird stretchy aliens, as well as countless technical hiccups that straight up ruined the online experience. But I remember one time, right at the beginning of a race, I was hit with a TNT crate, and it just kind of stayed there for the entire race. What has to go so wrong internally for this kind of thing to ever happen? Oh man. Sometimes I really wish I could just look inside of the computer's brain and connect with its emotions and train of thought. I wonder what it must be thinking when some of these glitches occur. Is it panicking, trying desperately to get things back on course? Or is it just sitting there calmly thinking to itself, yes, everything looks fine here. Definitely no problems to report. These simulation types of games are always super satisfying for me, and I love getting into the creative aspect too, with titles like The Sims. Let me tell you, from years of experience, these are some of the easiest games you will ever break the limits of for some truly astonishing results. Oh my god, man. I do not like how this fucker just slithers around the house all chill. Ah, man, it makes my skin crawl. Oh, okay. Now what the hell happened here? Whoa! Okay then. I guess we're chilling up here for a bit longer. Oh, man. This is what I mean about catching these things in the act. Uh-oh, where are we dropping, boys? What is it about physics in games that just fucks up everything? We've seen plenty of examples covering the extended Tony Hawk's Pro Skater franchise these last few years. Some of the most unbelievable fling physics I think I've ever seen. Pure rubber bandage on a serious level. I think every game at some point goes through these trials. The games are tearing apart at the seams as characters and objects start bouncing around or flying off into the distance. My god. You can also clip objects into each other and get the player stuck in certain positions, sometimes for an unfair advantage, but this usually results in something taking flight across the map. One of the prime examples has to be the swing glitch in Grand Theft Auto 4. If you're unfamiliar, something about this object is just broken. Whether it's colliding with the environment or the player's vehicle is clipping into it in such a way that it doesn't like, I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case may be, the results are something truly special, and without any shame, I've spent countless hours wedging myself up against this swing set for some outrageous results. Characters clipping into objects is always a goldmine. One time I was playing WWE 2K18 and thankfully this game has video replays, so I was able to capture the moment when I hit this guy with a trolley as it morphed into his physical structure and he started sliding along on the floor. What is going on here? You might think wrestling is fake, but it's still real to me, damn it. The problem is poor Rhino, once he was able to free himself, was launched out of bounds where he got completely stuck. Damn, you saved yourself from a vicious beating. The WWE games are infamous for their legendary glitches. Like I said, I'm more of a fan of the smaller, cute glitches because this type of thing is funny and ultimately harmless. But then you've also got the absolute extremes, as broken as a video game can get, with 2K20 being the breaking point. But admittedly, I've never encountered anything on that level while playing the series myself. The worst I've seen is save data corruption. I mean, if you're at all familiar with these games, we're talking about thousands of hours spent fully fleshing out my experience with custom content, gone in the blink of an eye. That's fucking brutal, man, and I hate it. Glitches that impact your actual progression are the worst, and these seem to be a common trend for me, ranging from the likes of getting stuck due to idiotic AI not working correctly, all the way up to abnormal blockades that prevent progression indefinitely. Back in 2018, for those who recall, I had a unique experience with Croc 2. Besides the obvious implications of being hunted by a killer crocodile, after completing the first area of the game, you unlock the boss fight against Cannonboat Keith, and for reasons unknown, this battle never loaded for me. Now, at first glance, this might appear like the game has crashed and frozen due to a loading screen or something like that, but no. There is supposed to be a cutscene that plays here, but for whatever reason, all I got to see was a single shot of the cutscene environment. It's without question one of the most bizarre glitches I've ever encountered. Well, it's been 2.5 years, maybe I can finally fight this mother effer. Nope, I guess not. Returning to the NES, the original Mega Man is the only title of this franchise that I'm familiar with. The notorious Yellow Devil is a serious challenge, but nothing impossible if you're patient. Of course, if you still get stuck, there is the pause glitch as a backup weapon that can take them out with no problems. Just fire the electricity, pause, and then unpause over and over again. It will deal extra damage every time you unpause the game, which is a neat little trick, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. A few stages after this, we travel through a series of tunnels and finally arrive at another boss fight. But I had a different experience playing this myself. One time I got hit by an object while moving into the room that actually pushed me back outside. Okay, that's weird. Then suddenly, the boss appeared in a scrambled mess of pixels as we exchanged a few blows, and then he disappears. So, I go into the room and thankfully it reset, but my power bars sure didn't. Thanks a lot, asshole. It's always nerve-wracking when games break down and yet still remain playable. It can even be a bit scary when a game reaches a point of being so destroyed you almost expect sparks and flames to start shooting out of your system. I decided to replay Saints Row 2 recently, which says a lot about the sad existence of this 24-year-old. I was playing a mission where you need to survive waves of attacks, and I think there must have been something wrong with my copy of the game, because it was bugged way out with atrocious frame rates at numerous points throughout the story. Anyway, this time in particular, I was gunning down helicopters when I died and reset at the checkpoint, but oh shit! The exploded helicopter spawned inside the hull of this ship, and oh my god, just look at how much it killed this game. I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself as it ran like a legless dog. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to play this game in PowerPoint presentation mode, one frame at a time? What a fucking shit show. I don't think I've ever seen such a broken ass mess of a glitch in all of my days. It makes me want to jump out of a plane. And whether it's a matter of poor programming, a missing update, or just simple aging of physical media, there is always a hint of sadness there for me, like you're watching a close friend getting beaten up or something. The Simpsons Hit and Run is a game that I played a lot in my younger years. I just loved it, and as a result, my disc is incredibly scratched. Despite that, however, it still runs perfectly fine. Most of the time. Well, Springfield has definitely seen better days. This mess of highways on the way here twist and turn for a reason. It's to give this open level a chance to load, but this makes me think that I was too fast for the game, and now this is all my fault. But it's not that big of a deal, right? You can still explore the invisible map, so fuck it, let's keep going. Maybe if I make it all the way back to the loaded part of the level, then it will fix itself like some of these other games. Nope, that didn't fix it. This kind of reminds me of one time I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I stumbled upon this rock that you could actually pass through and even hide inside of. Shout out to my COD boys who remember the map Fuel, which also had a rock you could hide inside of. But this rock from Zero Dawn acts more like a black hole once you get a look inside. Whoa, dude. Is this a portal to another dimension? A portal to a glitch dimension where all the broken physics and balked polygons live?
Oh my! I'll get rid of him. Let me live.
Okay, here's a good one. When I reviewed the PS1 glove controller, my PlayStation took a beating in that video. So much so that certain graphics in Castlevania Symphony of the Night failed to load correctly, which led to some really odd results, as well as numerous other visual and audio problems appearing in Destruction Derby 2.
Well, fuck. That wasn't meant to happen.
Exploring out of bounds is always an interesting feature when it appears in games. With cheats like moon gravity in Tony Hawk's Underground, you can scale tall buildings and leap off of them, or if you want to, we can boundary break Iron Man out onto the Brooklyn Bridge and somehow navigate a maze of invisible walls, and yeah, he's really stuck now. Whee! Look at him go! Oh man, this is making me feel sick. Similarly, in the Spider-Man 2 game, even the NPCs are boundary breaking New York's bridges. Nice of them to spawn behind an invisible wall, really appreciate that. And how appropriate that Spider-Man makes an appearance in this video, given early players of Miles Morales on PS5 are currently having a lot of fun with this prop glitch right now. Honestly, it never ceases to amaze me the things that can happen playing games. But on the topic of exploring outside the confines of the designated play area, it's time to discuss one of my favourite glitches in all of gaming. Whether this is a glitch or actually an intentional Easter egg, who knows when it comes to Rockstar and GTA. Inside the Grove Street Gymnasium of San Andreas, get yourself a jetpack and fly up into this dark corner and out of the room. From here, you're left on your own to explore a whole new world of hidden treasures. Man, I've spent so much time in my youth exploring this dark void of existence and encountered so many strange things in my time. Walk around for long enough and you'll start to meet NPCs who you can interact with. Watch your step though, because there are water traps all over the place, some of which even contain collectible items. This footage you're looking at shows me on my way to the military base via this method. When barely out of Los Santos, I entered the Little Probe Inn, all the way out in the desert on the other side of the map. Oh well, I guess that didn't work, so let's leave and go outside. Now, look at the map. This game doesn't know where the hell I am. Weird shit, dude. Another way to break out of the map is again using the jetpack by one of the mansion homes near the Vinewood sign to get underground. This realm of existence is typically referred to as Blue Hell. Now you're able to travel under the map and break into various locations across the world of San Andreas. This out of bounds type stuff is a tool that many speedrunners utilise to get the fastest times in some of their favourite games, which is something that has always fascinated me. However, I don't really do any sort of speedrunning myself. But there is one game that I do dabble at speedrunning casually from time to time due to its outrageously broken design. I'm of course talking about Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Oh boy. Strap in and strap on, boys, because we're going in a second time. I could not sit here and take you on a journey through my history of glitches without ending off on what I would have to consider definitively one of the most broken video games of all time. This is a fucking mess. From little technical errors and poor performance, combined with rebellious polygons trying to escape from the game's coding, exploding across the entire screen. It might come as a surprise, but this is one of my favourite games to play. Dead serious. It's a disaster, with all of that stuff alone making it so hilarious, your belly will be aching from ugly laughing the entire way through. But to top it off with the most simple, out-of-bounds glitches that allow you to fly, or more accurately swim, through the walls and explore the mysterious dead zone of the game, just completes this entire package perfectly. Spyro was no stranger to breaking out of bounds either, for advanced speedrunning skips, or just suddenly falling through the floor in a hero's fail. But when it comes to Enter the Dragonfly, this entire package is summed up perfectly with the ability to skip directly to the final boss fight the moment you begin the game. And man, that just melts my heart in appreciation for video game glitches. I'd just like to say that I had a lot of fun going through all my years worth of random ass gameplay footage that we barely scratched the surface of. So maybe one day in the future we can do another one of these videos, because trust me, video game glitches are not going anywhere. No. They're not going to stop until they consume all of us and transform this universe into a collapsing digital reality. So, until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and remember to share this video with your friends and on social media. I'm Square-Eyed Jack, and I hope you have a great fucking day. Thanks for watching.